Hey everyone, this is Mike, and today we're looking at Sprawlopolis from Button Shy Games. This is Peter's print and play copy that I borrowed, so I'm sure if you buy it straight from Button Shy, you'll get a much nicer version of the game than this. But the idea behind Button Shy's games, and this is the first one I've played, is pretty great. They have 18 cards, and that's it. It's like these little wallet-sized games, and everything they do is on one side or the other of the cards, and I find that a really interesting design constraint to work within. Our smallest game was Dark Dealings, which I think was 108 cards, so the idea of designing with just 18, kinda crazy. Now, setup for the game is ridiculously easy. You take your cards, you shuffle and take 3 of them, and these will determine what your scoring conditions are for the game. So here we've got stacks and scrapers. So every industrial block, gray block adjacent to only commercial or other industrial blocks earns me 2 points. Park hopping, every road that begins at one park and ends at a different park is worth 3 points. And skid row, residential blocks that are adjacent to 2 or more industrial blocks are worth 2 points. So these combined will give me the majority of my points, although there are other sources of points, as you'll see soon. Additionally, it gives me the score I need to win. If I add up all these numbers in the upper left-hand corner, I get 15, 28, 33. So in this game, I have to get 33 points to be victorious. And I'll tell you right now, I'm not that good at this game, so I have every expectation that I will fail. Next step is you take the top card and just put it in the middle of the board. That's going to start off your city. And to show you briefly, every card has the 4 different types of blocks. You've got parks, residential, commercial, and industrial. And additionally, they all have 3 blocks of road. The park's the only one that doesn't have a road on it. And sometimes the roads will be split up like this one. Sometimes there'll be one continuous line. How the game progresses from there is you have 3 cards in your hand at a time. And you can also see what's on top of the deck, so you kind of have knowledge of 4 cards. And you place 1 card from your hand at a time. It has to be either connected to the existing city, or you can even cover up parts of the city. And you can rotate this 180 degrees, but you can't ever make it go vertically. It has to always be horizontally. Once you've gone through every card, so 18 cards are down for your city, you total up your score. And your score is based on several things. First of all, you count up your biggest set of connected blocks in each color. So here I'd get 2 for my residential, 1 for my parks, because none of them are more than 1 for my commercial, 1 for my industrial. You lose 1 point for every road, so it's generally in your best interest to have like big, huge connected roads, whereas here I'd lose -1, -2, -3 for these 3 separate roads. And then all the rest is based on your scoring cards. And again, you're comparing it to your target score, which here is 33, to see if you win. And that's the entire game. Let's get into it and see how badly I do. So looking at my scoring cards, I guess the stacks and scrapers and the skid row kind of have some synergy between them because they each involve industrial blocks. But the negative part is that I can't have an industrial block next to a residential space and also get the stacks and scrapers points. So it seems like skid row will be easier to get, but we'll see. Now, park hopping is completely different. It's forced me to look at roads, and I'll tell you straight up right now, the roads are the thing that I am the worst at, so we'll see if I can actually focus on them much. Alright, so I think I'm going to kind of ignore stacks and scrapers because honestly I don't feel smart enough to figure out how to do that well while doing the other ones. I'm going to try to get a lot of park hopping and skid row points. Alright, so here, if I lay this here, then I'm having a road go into that park, setting up for a park hop, and then I've got a residential next to an industrial, so could pay off eventually. And I get the next card off the deck, and again I can always see what's on top. So let's see, this one would let me do that. That would finish off the park. But it's not really doing anything for my residential and industrial stuff. And I could just do that and finish off the park right away. And then I've got another road going into that park, so that's good at least. Let's see, if I put that there, then the road's going into a second park, so I've got those points. And then I've got a residential next to an industrial, so working towards 2 points there. Okay, here, this would get that residential next to 2 industrial, and then I've got a new road going into this park. Now, either of these could finish that road off and get another road going, although I'd have to sneak a park in here somehow. Now, neither of them, though, has an industrial to get it next to there. Could do that instead, but that's not doing anything for the park section of things. Could do something like that sets up this park to get a road, and then has a road continuing for a park there, and gets this residential set up with 2 industrials. Let's try that. And then that park now complete to that road. I've got another one here and an industrial next to a residential there. Now this new card has a perfect road. I'll literally disconnect those parks immediately. But I am shutting off the chance, at least for now, of getting that residential next to an industrial. Though I got another chance right here. I could just put an industrial in that corner. So sure, let's try it. And again, you're seeing why I'm terrible at this game, because I'm only able to hyper-focus on like one goal at a time. I think other people can probably multitask better. All right, so let's see. That would get the industrial for that residential. I guess putting an industrial here would accomplish the same thing. But yeah, that completes that road for a park. It sets up another park road there. And it gets, this residential to have 2 industrials, so that kind of works. By the way, let's check for a second. Do I have a single Stacks and Skyscrapers candidate here? No. No. Yeah, I think I don't really see how this works with the rest of my stuff, but maybe I'm just not smart enough at the game. All right, let's try that, I guess, because it should be easy to put a park right there to get another road. And at least it's continuing this giant road, so I'll get fewer negative points for that. If I can get a gray here and a park here, that'd be awesome. So far, none of my cards fit that, and the one coming up doesn't either. I'd love to have a park here and an industrial here to get both the points in one go. Now, by the way, I'm forgetting that I could also be scoring points by having like a bunch of the same block together, but man, yeah, I just not even considering that part of my possible strategy. Well, let's see, for something different, I could just put this down and immediately get 2 points from the residential there. But I'm losing a point by having a new road, so I'm not even sure if it's worth it. What if I did that instead? That at least continues the road. I don't have 2 industrial next to this one, do I? Alright, so I'm down to 4 cards. Clearly. Ooh! So the final card that'll come out will do what I wanted over here, so that's definitely going to go there. Let's just worry about these other 3 cards. Okay. See, if I put that there, that would definitely be a residential, and it would only add 1 road. I mean, that's not too bad, I guess. All right, so I got this. Let's put this where I wanted. And that is a road going from a park, so if I can get a park over there, I'll at least score for it. So let's see. Oh, then if I do... Oh, no, that one's already done. So I could do that. Yeah, I mean, let's try it, I guess. Alright, and then my last card, let's see, could get a string of 3 parks here, and this would still be the same road, so that wouldn't hurt me too much. If I go like that, though, then the residential space will be next to 2 industrials, but I don't know if that's worth it by itself. Here, for now, let's just build the bigger park. I'm sure there's a much better move, though, that somebody could probably show me. Alright, so I've completed the game. Now I just have to calculate my score. And I will note that there's an official app for the game that'll help you do this, or they have some printable little score sheets you can do. But we're just going to do it the dirty old-fashioned way. So first I'm going to add up my biggest blocks, which again is going to be pretty poor here. Residential, I've got a couple of pairs, so that's 2 points. The blue commercial, just a single pair here, so 2 more. Industrial, looks like pairs are the order of the day, 2 more. And parks, 3, just from that final move. Okay, next I'm going to do my scorecard. So, Stacks and Skyscrapers, I'm pretty sure I didn't get a single one, but let's see. Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, I think I'd had to do things like covering up a lot more than this. Yeah, I mean, I never cover anything up, so it's literally impossible for me to have this one completed because every single card has something that's not a blue next to an industrial. So, yeah, that's 0. Okay, Skid Row, though, hopefully I did better. So let's see how many residential orange ones are next to 2 grays. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So with each of those being worth 2, that's 12 points. Then finally park hopping, where hopefully I made the most points. All right, so let's see. This giant road connects to 1, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so I think that's it. So that's 3 points each. So that's a 21, the majority of my score. Now we get to the painful part of my score, which I didn't pay too much attention to. -1 for each individual road. So one road is a continuous set of roads all connected together. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was a nice long one. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So -14 points. So doing a little math, if I did it correctly, it should be 42 points minus 14. So that's 28 points. And if you look at our scorecards, remember I needed 28 just from these two, and it's funny, the one that I ignored made me need 5 more points, 33. So I was 5 points shy of winning the game. Now, if you play on easy mode, you ignore the negatives from the road, so clearly I would have crushed it in that case. If you play on hard mode, you only get points from your largest color of blocks, so I would have just gotten the 3 from the parks here, and not the 6 points from the other 3 that each had a pair. So that's it, Sprawlopolis. Very cheap to get, very quick to play. You can play it cooperatively as well. You pretty much just pass the cards back and forth between each other, but you each have your own single individual card that's kind of yours for each turn. Go check it out if you like what you see. Good gaming, everyone, and we'll see you at the next stop.